I'm with Tom Gamble, the host of the Reubens Award Banquet.
Yes.
How did you get that gig? Was Johnny Carson not available? What's going on?
Yeah, I got it. This is my third year doing it. I did it in New Jersey and then last year in Boston. And yeah, now Vegas. I think you just keep moving up. Vegas.
Playing Vegas, baby.
Yeah, exactly. Can't complain. Very exciting. So many cool people are here. I just saw Stefan Pestis out of the pool and Patrick McDonald. And there's this, and Mike Peters. And of course, Jeff Keane seems a little more relaxed this year. He's not the president.
Yeah, that's right. He's done with the presidency.
Yeah, and he's directing the show, so that's fun. I've been working with him on it, and we got some nice surprises. It should be a good show.
Excellent.
And you know, expecting some things to flub up, but that's part of it.
We're cartoonists. Everybody's going to be fine with that, I think. So, do you enjoy doing this? Is this a lot of fun for you?
Oh, I love doing it. Yeah, it's fun. It's a great audience, and they like to laugh, and so I don't know. We'll see.
All right, thank you for your time, sir. Thank you very much. Can't wait to see the show.
Oh, thanks.
Daryl Cagle of Cagle Cartoons Online, and political cartoonist who I'm afraid to talk to because I'm not ready. But Daryl, welcome.
Cagle.com and politicalcartoons.com.
Excellent. See, you're ready. You're ready for the whole thing. I love that. You're on the cutting edge. You've been talking. A lot of the theme of the panels has been going to the next level with internet and things like that, and you are obviously way ahead of that curve.
Well, and I'm a Tom Racine fan. I think your interviews are great. I listen to your podcast. I think you're doing an excellent job.
Thank you very much. And now you're going to be on the show. I promise you. That's how it works. You're nice to meet you. Get on the show. So
that sounds like great fun.
What do you like about the Reubens?
Well, the Reubens is like an old family reunion for me. I've been coming, I think, 27 years now. My kids grew up with the Reubens and knowing all of the cartoonists here, and you know, you get a bunch of great friends that you develop over the years, and it seems like the conversation just carries on from weekend to weekend, and we get a little grayer and older, but it's really lovely and a warm atmosphere here. And I know it sounds a little crazy to talk about it in terms of warmth and family, but that's really what it's like.
It feels that way. This is my first one, and it really does feel that way because I think cartoonists work very solitarily, and then they come here and they're able to see everybody and all the people who can speak the same language as them. That really feels that way. Even my first time, people were very welcoming right away. Very exciting.
There is a lovely atmosphere here, and you know, everybody's supportive of each other. We all suffer the same kind of isolated existence. That's true. Cartoonists are great people.
They are. They're great people, and they're fun to talk to. So thank you, sir. I will have you on the show soon, and we'll get in depth in your whole world.
In depth in my world?
In your entire world. I'm going to research you like that guy from the Inside the Actor Studio. I'm going to talk to your third grade teacher.
I'm very impressed with how you know your stuff when you're talking to people.
Yeah, the internet helps.
You know, a typical interview I get is where do you get your ideas? How do you learn to draw like that?
I don't think I've ever asked that. In 149 episodes, I don't think I've ever asked, where do you get your ideas? I'm very proud of that.
That is excellent.
That's the stay away from question. So I'm very happy about that.
Good.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Do I look dapper enough?
You do. You look, well, we all
Can I
look
face
dapper.
this way because this is my good side? Hello.
Dapper, dapper. Hi. Hi.
Sorry.
Black tie, baby. I have a black tie. This is a gray tie. You
I'm
got the wrong.
Corona-free advertising. Hello. How are you?
Have you seen that ad for Prometheus with Coors Light?
No. Did they really?
I'm serious. I'm watching this. I see Prometheus come on. I'm like, oh, Prometheus. Is that Coors Light? I couldn't believe it.
Also, am I the only one that, like, you can tell what's going to happen at the end of that movie by the trailer?
Yeah,
I mean, that pisses me off.
Yeah,
anyway,
but I hope they're not all drinking Coors Light at the end of the movie. That's all I can
And that's a lot like comics, folks, so let's get into it.
It's a segue for you. I really wanted to talk to you because your name has come up a few times in other panels. You guys did a panel on.
That's nice.
Yeah, we'll talk.
I was really stoked about Jim Davis dropping me.
Name dropped twice.
I know, man. The 10-year-old in me is going to take that to my grave.
Well, you guys did a great thing on how to get on the internet, talking about EPUBs and all that kind of stuff. And then Jim Davis, very old school, seriously old school, like 33 years he's been doing Garfield or whatever, comes on and says the exact same thing. Basically says the whole give it away for free, build a passionate audience, all the things you guys were talking about, almost word for word. And he shouted out to you. How did that make you feel?
Great. He had really kind words afterward too, which meant a lot to me. So I was super stoked because I'm a child, like every cartoonist, and I'm swimming in insecurities. So anytime someone can temporarily throw me a lifeboat, I appreciate it. This is such an unprofessional interview because I'm literally like, yeah, it was great, Tom.
That's the best kind of interviews.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait to the end
Let
of
me
the
tell you about the Reubens ceremony.
Gary Trudeau is jerk.
I love the cartoonists coming together. No, it meant a lot to me to have. I mean, holy hell! It had Jim Davis saying, "Look, this is the way forward.
Right.
This is the way it's got to go."
Not only the way forward, but Dave Kellett said the way forward.
Yeah, I know that was cool. Oh man, sorry, the child in me came out again. I'm like, no, yeah, he did
I
say
tweeted
that.
it twice. I went at Dave Kellett just got.
Yeah, so that was cool. I really appreciated that. And I lost my train of thought. Excited.
I'll
about
go
Jim
somewhere
Davis.
else then.
Yeah. How are you enjoying the night? Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, my first time, as they say right here. I'm loving it because it is at sort of like everybody's been echoing this. It's my first time, and everybody walks up to me and introduces themselves,
Yeah,
and they're
isn't
so
that nice?
nice, and they know they've listened to my podcast. And I'm like, really? Thank you.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
and they're
yeah.
just so nice. I mean, what do you get out of the Reubens especially as a webcomic? Because the bridge is being built from the past to the future kind of thing, and you're one of those guys there. How do you feel about the Reubens?
I really enjoy it. I think it's every time I see my fellow cartoonists, it's at a selling event. And that'll sound dumb, but I love
con or something.
But I love an event where we get classed up and celebrate this as an art form. And that sounds, wishy-washy and pie in the sky, but if this was France, if this was Japan, this would not be surprising that we would be in tuxes and celebrating cartooning. But in the U.S., it seemed, the average person, they'd be like, "Oh, look at those silly guys and girls gathered in a room." But I think it's really cool. I think this event means something. I think the NCS means something, and I'm glad that this year, especially in talking to the board and in talking to other members, I really want to put a push forward next year for more younger blood, more women especially, more online cartoonists, and I think that's really going to happen.
It can't not
And
happen.
all credit to Tom Richmond on that. He's
Yes,
been awesome.
yeah. He's a perfect guy right now at the right time, I
Yeah,
think.
he literally, despite, because I don't, you weren't there at the meeting this morning, but there was literally a 90-year-old who's like, "The hell with webcomics," and I was just sitting there laughing. I was just sitting there laughing, but there is still that element of the NCS, and I was like, you know what? The only answer to that is to get 20, 30 professional online cartoonists in the NCS.
And I thought having
Balance it out.
somebody like Jim Davis say exactly that, pretty
Yeah,
much,
that was
that's
pretty
going to
awesome.
help.
That was a nice rejoinder to the crotchety 90-year-old.
Pretty much,
Who
yeah.
literally was 90, by the way. I asked. I was like, "How old is that dude?" He's like, "Oh, he's 90." So I'm like, it's like, I don't know if you have this, but anytime like you have a racist grandfather or a racist uncle who's like, "I don't like them," and you're like, "Oh God, shut up." That's what it felt like at that NCS meeting. Like the old guy would get up. "Oh, the hell
Is that
with
going to be you in
webcomics?"
60 years?
Yeah, that's me. Yeah.
The holographic comics are terrible. In your head, we had to use pencils.
Those damn holo projected comics. Where's my Corona Extra? By the way.
Thank you, Corona. This brought to you by Corona.
No, but I really enjoy it. I think it's a great event. I think it's a fun weekend of conversations and like even small things. Like Lucy Caswell of Ohio State pulled me aside and she's like, "We have to talk about how to preserve in a library format digital comics."
That's interesting.
And I was like, "That is awesome." She's like, "I want to fly some people out to OSU, have a meeting, talk about how we can preserve
That's
archives."
very interesting. Yeah.
And I was like, "That's great." And that's the kind of thing that you can only really have at an event like this.
Right.
'Cause
Yeah, the
when
networking,
is I, as a web cartoonist, get to sit down with a professional curatorial librarian,
Right, exactly.
So, anyway, I think that's pretty special. So.
It is. Well, Dave, thank you so much for your time.
Thank
You're
you, man.
always
I
so
appreciate
gracious.
it.
Thank you very much.
Oh, you're a good man.
Enjoy the
I'm gonna
show.
go get 5 more of these.